Do 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 do. Everyone, get that ad. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, chat. Hey, what's up, Smile Dan? Hey, what's up, Dr. TARDIS 100? Hey, what's up, Gallium? Hey, Rude Quartz. Hello, the True Try. Hello, iRules. Hello, Kel Arts, Cell Arts. Gallium is getting haunted. Oh, that's crazy. I'm getting haunted also, probably. Hey, what's up there, Attack the Man? Hello, Simone. Guess I'm watching this today. Hey, what's up, Nathaniel? Hey, one liquid magnesium. Ooh, I like that. Hey, what's up, Hero? I'm glad that this is working right now. Honestly, I spent a long time trying to get this set up. Um, Longtime fans of the channel will remember when I tried to stream from my computer using the Elgato, and it kept crashing every approximately 30 minutes. Um, right now, I am using my Elgato, so we're in risky territory, but the difference is, uh, the difference being I am using OBS software instead of Elgato software. So hopefully we shouldn't experience any crashes. If we do crash, uh might have to come back to this another day or something, but I've had the program running for the past 35 40 minutes and it hasn't crashed yet. So that's good. Rude Quartz remembers. Yeah, that was the worst. It was the worst. And it could be the worst again. We'll see. I'm glad you all are here back with me on this ancient map now. It's been so long since I've even touched it. Um, yeah, today we are Elgatoing currently. Um, so we'll see. We'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. I'm gonna be honest. The massacre, like the building, the Massacre's Mansion in Minecraft is mostly just a background element for today. Y'all can just let me cook with that one and enjoy some peaceful Minecraft time. But the real juice of today's stream is going to be the talks of lore, the talks of Massacards just in general, gameplay, where the game is going, things like that. I have a lot that I want to discuss. But before I even get into any of that, hey, what's up, Combi V? I'm going to pick a room that I want to attach to. That I want to attach to one of these side areas here. So I'm pulling out my personal copy of Massacard's Grandest Party Edition just so I can look through the rooms and see what I want to do here. I'm feeling library. I do think that library is going to be a really good thing to have near the beginning of the place. It won't be any of the bedrooms or anything like that, or like a bathroom. Because that's probably like a second floor thing, and I want to do another first floor room. It won't be any outdoor stuff because the outdoor stuff is like outdoors. uh, let's see here. I'm looking. I'm looking through. I have 100 rooms, so like I need to make an informed decision. But right now it looks like library is winning. No, that's not it. We do have that already. Oh, billiard room might be good as well, actually. Lounge. Oh, it's got to be lounge. What am I talking about? It needs to be lounge. I think lounge is going to be a good one to have off to the left side of the main room here. And I'll probably end up building multiple rooms today. And if that's the case, I will jump into library after the fact. But I'm going to start with lounge because that seems to be the most fitting. Um, I haven't drawn anything Massacards related recently. Yeah, I support you making art while I also make a very strange form of art. This is art here. So yeah, we're gonna do the lounge right now. 90% of Massacard's viewers quit watching right before he builds the magenta room. Oh, hey, what's up, Orange? uh, I there will not be any rooms that are based off of a specific color, I'm afraid. So if that's what you were waiting for this whole time, I'm very sorry. We got spruce planks, and I'm just gonna start building the shape of the room. How are y'all doing? Hey, zombie, thank you for the $2. Oh my god, you're early this time. I was like maybe like 4 minutes early, or maybe 2 minutes early. I don't know. I was relatively early. That's because I got the stream and everything set up already. This wall lines up perfectly with this wall, so I think I will keep this wall lined up here. The lounge is going to be like a smaller room. 99.999% of Massacard's viewers quit right before there will be any rooms based off of a specific color. Is there a Poland room? No, there's not a Poland room. What are you, nuts? This isn't a Chemicard stream. Get out of here with Poland room. A Poland room. That's so crazy. It's so crazy that Poland is like still happening. We still have Poland jokes in chat. That is, oh, this is the thing. I was going to leave room for another courtyard right here, or another like isolated outdoor room. So I am going to do that. It's not going to be symmetrical, and that's intentional because if there's one thing that Massacre's Mansion is not, it is symmetrical. Poland expansion when? I hate to break it to you, but never. There's a pretty good chance that Poland is actually not real in the Massacards universe. Poland room is not canon to, to Chemicards. Massacard's politics expansion. No. No, there are no real world politics. This is a Massacard stream. Where's all the Massacards jokes? I suppose we have the magenta room, but is that all we came up with back then? Is that all we had? Yeah, so I'm thinking the lounge is going to go in this sort of general area. It's going to be an irregularly shaped room, that's for sure. I don't want it to be a square room, because so far every room that I have built has been a square. But also, I don't imagine the lounge as a square room. In fact, I think it is more so an L room. Yeah. Yeah, probably an L room. The mansion needs a massive scroll with all the Chemicards rules on it. If there was like proof of not only like multiversal travel, but also time travel within Massacre Mansion, that would be actually crazy. So the map of Europe is just to see where Poland would be. Most of Europe is just not Europe. I'm not saying that Europe doesn't exist. I'm just saying that Europe like is a different place. It's not Europe. It's named something else and it looks different, and this is not by any means anything that resembles a normal Earth. And I've said this before. I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again just for the people who haven't heard it. Like the Massacards universe and the Chemicards universe, they both take place in on Earths that are not like our own at all, and that is why a lot of real world things don't really exist there. Did the world go kaboom? No, it didn't. You're the architect? No, I'm not the architect. The architect is a character, and I am not that character. That I can tell you that. I am not a character in the game. Like there's a character in the game that resembles me, like physically, like a younger version of me. That's the killer. Um the character who like I don't know, like metaphorically represents me or something. I don't know if metaphorical is the right word, but deity of death is there. Why did Mr. Mansion do the shuffle button on Europe? it wasn't it wasn't like not the characters that are in Massacards are not responsible for how the world currently functions. I mean, they're definitely important characters, but they're not like world altering important in a way where it's like, oh yeah, I put this continent here and I was responsible for the development of this society back in 300 year 300. Can you still go to Jupiter to get more stupider in the Massacards universe? All right, here's the thing. Here's the thing, chat. All right, here's the thing. There are some things that just are not important for a story to be told. Okay? There are some things that just aren't worth explaining. And I think the solar system of the Massacards universe is one of those things. I don't think we need to know whether Jupiter exists in the Massacards universe in order to properly understand its story, okay? Is the scientist canonically responsible for the atom bomb? Uh, I don't think technology has advanced to the atom bomb stage yet. I don't think they've got there yet. What am I saying? These are not like these are like ridiculous lore questions. I thought y'all would come prepared with like some deeper stuff, but y'all are asking about the atom bomb and and like the planet Jupiter, which may or may not even be real. Jupiter is not a character. Jupiter is not getting added as a DLC role. In fact, none of the planets are, because they are in fact planets. And I don't think a planet could fit inside of the Massacre Mansion, so probably not. Yeah, we have bioweapons, but here's something to think about. A man-made virus can be a bioweapon. Or just anything that like rots your skin. If you any sort of like newly invented chemical that rots your skin and can be spread and alters your brain chemistry, I'd call that a bioweapon, wouldn't you? Especially if used for like, you know, bioweapon purposes. Did the Eost and the Most kiss? No. No. That's a random question, but no, I don't think so. That's not to say that that's not to say that they physically can't kiss because they're both ghosts. Like they're both like undead but have no body. So like if they're both in their like dead state, like if they've both been killed, then they physically could kiss. As a Polish person, I can confirm I do not exist in the Massacards universe yet. Oh, are you threatening to enter the Massacards universe, I? That's kind of spooky. Let's get this green for the hallway. I want to make another hallway, a green hallway here. May come back and theorize again, solve the lore, await my invite, assuming Massacre knows I even exist. I'm so sorry, experiment number 3, but I'm afraid that Massacre is a fictional character and will not invite you to a mansion. But I do encourage you to theorize. I enjoy when people theorize, not only in the YouTube comments but in the Discord as well. Like that's one of my favorite things to read in the Discord server, which I check daily. Yo, is it lore time? Yeah, Jacob, how's it going, man? It is lore time. If these chatters could if these chatters actually have any like real important questions. Do I make new designs or do I draw the disciple again? I want to see you try something new, Gallium. Um, I wasn't there for the tier list stream, but I watched it later. Is the stuff you say about the characters set in stone, or would headcanons opposing them be upsetting? Okay, so I did talk about this towards the tail end of that stream, but basically, none of that is set in stone. Like, none of, I mean, okay, like 99% of it is not is not set in stone. Um, as far as like headcanons go, I genuinely do not care what you do. You can draw the characters or write the characters in any way you want. It does not matter to me. Um, I think I'll probably, yeah, I'll do this. It does not matter to me how you interpret the characters right now, especially since there is no like canon like appearances for the characters. Like you can imagine them and write about them however you want. Um, it won't upset me at all. It won't upset me like if you imagine or draw or write about the characters in any way. I don't care. but but that all being said, there are canon things, aspects, traits, if you will, about characters. And I haven't revealed them all yet. Uh, and I will eventually, and I'm going to get into that. But yeah, that's just one of the things. I don't care what you do with the characters, at least right now. Even later, I don't care what you do with the characters. All jokes aside, the build is looking nice. Hey, thank you. Um, we all know that Interrogator is the most important character. Yeah, Jacob? Yeah? You think so? For those that don't know, Jacob was the person who came up with the original concept of the interrogator back in the murder days. That was back when the game was still called Murder. Interrogator is one of the oldest roles because of that. Uh, Yeah, they've come a long way. They've come a long way in the process here. Right, so that's what it is. It needs to be one block up. So we need logs going across here like this. I don't really care if like the hallways match or like whatever, but I'm just trying to have some sort of cohesion here, even if it's supposed to be asymmetrical, which it is. It's going to be. Anyway, are the Conqueror and Decayed the same person? Conqueror makes deity of death think of reincarnation, and Decayed was said to be a long dead Conqueror. Man, all right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's the real juicy question there. I love it, Rude Quartz. I love it. Let's drop this right now. They are different people. They are absolutely different people. Primarily because Conqueror is alive and Decayed is dead, and they can exist at the same time. So it's not like they physically could be the same person. Um, I like, if time travel was a thing, if time travel was a thing in the Massacards universe, then maybe, but no. Like it's a cool idea, but it's not true. That's a that is a real lore drop right there. Official Massacards lore. That's a pretty good theory though. Like for people that like have been theorizing in like the Discord and stuff, like that is such a cool theory. I like that theory. uh what's the latest on Chemicards? I'm working on it. I'm working on it all the time. That's just something that I be doing all the time. Um but progress is slow. I talked about this in the last stream for quite a while too, so I'm not going to repeat myself too much, but basically I'm working on the wild cards right now, and the wild cards are going to be the most time consuming part for sure. Um, and that's just because they require the most unique text and formatting and stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on currently. Uh, and it's taking a while. And I said this in the last stream as well, but the way that I have it laid out right now on the rules doc for like how it's going to work and stuff, like for what cards are complete and things like that. I don't think it's the best way to sort of represent how Chemicards is being progressed because I'm doing cards like one ability at a time instead of one card at a time. So I might have to change that formatting a little bit. All right. That's like one of the few things I'll say about Chemicards this stream, I promise. Seeing the lurker in Minecraft would be giving some people nightmares. Yeah. Yeah, Lurker is one of the scarier characters, like visually frightening and conceptually frightening as well. Because they definitely aren't human. One of the many Massacard's characters that are absolutely not human. Um, and I don't know. I kind of imagine them like a Slender Man type of character, where like they have a humanoid form, but then they also have just like a bunch of gross tentacles and stuff, and like monster characteristics about them that make them look a bit gross. What is the most fundamentally unliked villain character? Fundamentally unliked. I mean, I guess it depends on what you would call a villain. Um, but it's probably like Wrecker or something like that. Like, because Wrecker ruins everything for everyone, you know? Like, regardless of who you are, like, Wrecker just completely destroys your stuff. Like it destroys everything about you and the building that you're in. So I don't know. I feel like they're the number one, the public enemy number one there. I suppose Fool would be another choice, but I don't really see the Fool as evil, like not in the traditional sense anyway. So I don't know. I mean, Fool just knows how to ruin people's days. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, Jacob, you called it. I didn't even see that. Yeah, you called that. Yeah, Wrecker is public enemy number one. Oh, Vandal is another good one. Yeah, that's another like generally disliked one. Bizarre Blitz. That's another good call there. Ooh, it is dark. How did I light this place up? I lighted it up. I lit it up with lanterns. Lanterns and some candles. So I'll get the lanterns out right now. Are demon and archangel in knowledge of the deity of death in some way? The afterlife game mode implies an afterlife exists, and deity of death would be well known there, and demons and angels are related to the afterlife. Rude Quartz, another banger here, another like banger question for real. Um, like, hmm, this isn't something I haven't considered very much, I'll say. So interpret that how you will, I guess. Like it's not that important to the story, but I would say they probably have like baseline knowledge. Like they might know that deity of death is real, I guess. I think that might be the best way to say it. Like I think a lot of the general public in the Massacards universe probably does not know that deity of death is real, and like consequently that deities are real just in general. It like it's not like people believe in them and like people know of them through like historical texts and things like that. I wouldn't say there's a full-blown religion around them, but like some people would believe in them in a similar way, I suppose. But I think that demon demon for sure, archangel maybe would know that uh would know that deities exist and are real. Also anyone who has come in contact with deity of death at some point would know that deities are real. Just like by default, you know, like obviously they're real because I saw him with my own eyes. Like he's got to be real. He's right there. uh I like to imagine the wrecker in a corner building a bomb during the investigation phase, and everyone is just giving them the side eye. Pretty accurate, though. It is more of a surprise when the bomb does eventually appear, because if people didn't do anything to prevent it, then they suffer for it. Oops, I dropped a card. Demon and angel are like obscure folklore. I don't even know. I okay, there is a lot of folklore like adjacent characters for sure. I would say that Shapeshifter is one of like the folklore adjacent characters, but like Shapeshifter is like local folklore, you know, where like Shapeshifter is like the local cryptid. Meanwhile, Demon and Archangel are like I don't know. They're like it's like Greek and Roman mythology level where it's like, oh, like people have written stories about them, and like there were people long ago that thought that they were real, and like things like that. And there's some people that still practice, and like it's that sort of relation to like the general public. That might be a little confusing, but like that's sort of how I imagine them. Like they're real in mythology, except they're actually real, and they exist. Why does massacre? What does massacre mean when he says he is heartless in the cardiologist's description? He's just talking big game. It's kind of a boring answer, but like it's really dark. Kind of a boring answer, but Massacre, in general, believes himself to be above it all. So like when an ability or something shows up that's like, oh, it can affect anyone, and like for the most part it's true, but and like Massacre is a human and is just as susceptible to a lot of those weird things like cardiologist's ability as anyone else, but he's gonna act like he's not he's gonna act like he's immune to it, essentially. Like he thinks he's more powerful than that. I mean, he knows that he's not that powerful, but he's gonna pretend that he is. Does that make sense? What if the bystanders are very familiar with the deity of death, considering there's multiple of them, and they've probably been killed off several times over? But do people do people remember, like, or do people even know about other timelines, like um the idea of timelines existing at the same time in parallel with each other? Would someone from one timeline know about what's going on in a different timeline to their alternate universe self, or not? And why are there multiple bystanders? These are the questions you got to be thinking about. Like why is there more than one? Why is there the potential to be more than one bystander in a game? Like what's so special about the bystander? Interesting. Generic evil and good spirits. Yeah, that's yes, absolutely. Um they're generic, but they're also quite popular. Generic and popular evil and good spirits, that being the demon and the archangel. And they are like sort of like two sides of the same coin, I guess, in their role in the story and in their role in the like the game and like the lore and stuff like that. Basically in almost every way. What is the purpose of the hungry alignment in universe? Other alignments have deities, and undead has witch doctor. So, what is the hungry's common link role? Um, it's that's a complicated one actually, because like I guess it depends. It depends on how you want to link the characters primarily. I saw a theory. Because like I said, I read the Discord. I saw someone theorizing in the Discord that, um, that the demon is the common thread between all of the Hungry Alignment members. In a way, it's like they made a deal with the demon, and then the demon made them hungry as like a consequence, like a evil trickster god sort of thing, where he like the demon tricked people into accepting some sort of deal, and then they got cursed in some way. And they say that explains why the shapeshifter is like that, and that explains why um, that explains why the beast is like a beast or something. And I really do like that theory. Um, and like I'm not deconfirming it, but it is at least partially untrue. Because I don't think that cannibal is linked to any of the other hungry roles in any like meaningful way until the night begins. That's a pretty big drop. That I'm telling what I'm telling you right now is a pretty big drop. Um like cannibal is just a guy. Like he is a guy and he is hungry for human flesh and he is going to eat it. Now, the real question is how does that link him and it is a him. Cannibal is a he. How does that link him with the other hungry roles and what is the through line? The through line might not even be a role, it might just be a concept or something that uh, is some event that has occurred or something like that. It could be a role, I'm not deconfirming that, but just something to think about. Are all the bystanders the same person? You said the same person can't exist twice, but they do. I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you're kind of answering your own question there, Orange. In a mansion with so many possible roles, how does the bystander exist? They would have to be so impossibly bland that they have no traits to distinguish them? Ooh, you're thinking. Ooh, you're going somewhere with that. Are there other deities in universe except for the 6 playable characters? Fantastic question, Smile Dan. The answer is absolutely yes. 100% yes. In fact, I think there are at least at least three more that would fit in an expansion of Massacards, should there ever be one. Should there ever be a Massacards expansion, I do think that there are at least 3 deities that could get roles in the future. In fact, here, wait, let me pull up my I want to pull up my document real quick. I have a lore doc, and I just want to see if I can say this or confirm this or not. Let's see here. Pulling up the lore doc. If you want to know how long the lore doc is, it's like really long. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, how about I reveal a deity right now? How does that sound? Does that sound like lore enough? Because I can reveal a deity who isn't playable in Massacres right now. I could reveal like what they are. This will be huge for like the lore people. Share the lore doc, I dare you. Absolutely not. I don't even share that with my friends like Jacob. Like Jacob knows a good chunk of the lore because I've told him. He won't tell you any. Don't bother him about it. But he doesn't even have access to my lore doc. All right, all right. We have there is a deity that correlates with the Hungry alignment in a similar way that the other minor deities do. It is the deity of shock. Deity of shock is uh, the role that corresponds with the Hungry alignment in a similar way to like you know how deity of anger corresponds with murderous. Like it's like that. It's like that. It is not deity of life. I know a lot of people speculated on deity of life, but no, it is it like I mean there could still be a deity of life, but I'm talking about deity of shock. Yeah, let's go. That'll really fuel some theories, I bet. I bet that'll really get people writing something. That's a fun piece of lore. I've had that one on the back burner for a really long time. Very shocking. Yeah, and deity of shock, needless to say, also corresponds with the stages of grief in a similar way to the other minor deities. So like, you know, uh, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. They're all minor deities, right? Or like demi deities, or however you want to refer to them. I guess they're lesser deities or newer deities than like deity of death is. So that's like the distinction there. But deity of shock is right in that same group, like in that same sort of grouping there. You have to say shock like you need to shock someone. Deity of shock! Deity of shock! Deity of shock! Wait, is there an undead aligned deity? I'm gonna not. I'm gonna choose to end that conversation there. Y'all got your deity of the day. Y'all got your deity of the day, and I will leave it there. I'm not gonna reveal multiple deities in one day. JK, JK, unless. But I think that'll reveal some stuff. Um, are the bystanders mass produced in some kind of factory? It would explain why they're so generic and why there can be more than one per game when no other role has that quantity or quality. No, they are not mass produced in a factory. I'll confirm that one. uh, does it also relate to the deity of Deathblade? In a way, not in the way you're expecting. Zombie, thank you for the $5. Oh nah, Hungry alignments. Deity is the deity of the element of surprise. Yeah. um, the reason I call it the deity of shock is because let's just say, for example, you were to be bitten on the shoulder. You'd be pretty shocked, right? That's it. That's my that's my real explanation there. Are there confirmed female roles? The best? Yes, there are, because I'm about to confirm a bunch of female roles right now. Let's do that. Um, uh, Probably the most prominent female role is, at least in like the story. Oh God, wait, what order? What order do I want to say this in? Okay, maybe not most prominent yet. Not most prominent. We'll get there though. We'll get there. I promise. Um, one of the most prominent female characters is the renegade. The renegade is a woman. She has a pretty major role in the story. That's for sure. Deity of spaghetti, deity of catharsis and crisis. When? Who knows? Maybe someday. Bring forth the ladies. Jacob, are you like Mung Doll right now? Ladies. Yeah, Renegade is a woman. Fool is also a woman. Um and she is silly goofy. Absolutely goofy, silly style. Like one of the goofiest clowns there is around here. Deity of disaster. uh, that's pretty funny. You'll find out why later. um, women sips tea. Oh yeah, when I did the masculine and feminine tier list at the end of the last stream, I know Bizarre Blitz pointed out that like it was a cursed image of the bioweapon being a feminine character. Bioweapon is a woman. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why the bioweapon is feminine. I don't know. All right, we need some furniture in this lounge. That's for sure. There's also some other things going on in the lounge. So this is the entryway to the lounge here. Sorry, I'm just planning out this in my head real quick. We got here, going in here. Interior design is my passion. We need some carpets, that's for sure. But what color are the carpets? Probably like a green color of some variety. But also, where are the carpets? The creative menu is a little confusing sometimes. All the time, every day. Where is wool? Am I blind? That's concrete. Oh wait, wool. Ah, aha. Wool carpet. Yes. Green carpet. Perfect. All right, back on track. um the fact it was the first feminine role too, because it was going in alphabetical order, so like bioweapon starts with a B, so that's why bioweapon got put there. I will agree, that is pretty funny. So we're gonna have like a nice little carpet that goes through the room here. What is Massacre's tastes in furniture? The more expensive, the better. Like the fancier and more unique it is, the better. Do we have any canon NB characters? Bonus points for human NBs. Yeah, we do. We do. Let me think. We have one canon, at least one canon non-binary character, but there are definitely more. Um, but the one like confirmed non-binary character that I have in my brain right now is Illusionist. Illusionist is for sure non-binary. I don't know. Sorry, I'm thinking about carpet. I'm thinking about carpet too much. Okay, now I'm reading chat. He's pretentious like that. Yeah, Massacre is pretentious like that. So real. All right, we have Big L carpet. Actually, I don't want it to go over here. I might have a separate carpet over here or something along those lines. I don't want this carpet here. Is carpet non-binary? No. What? The carpet doesn't have sentience. Carpet is not a role. Y'all. Given the current evidence, this cannot possibly be true. Is such a Phoenix Wright line. Please tell me the lawyer in the Massacards universe Oh, is lawyer in Massacard's universe Phoenix Wright? No. Personality wise, they're kind of snarky. Kind of snarky like Phoenix Wright is, like in his like tone of like obviously you didn't take into account this, or like he's so done with stuff like, oh, I can't believe I have to deal with this thing now, like insert like minor inconvenience. Like things like that. But yeah, there's definitely some similarities, but not a whole lot. I guess like the color, the roll art is like a bluish color. So you got that going for you. Um, yeah, I'm thinking maybe having like a nice table here. What are the trapdoors we got going on here? Not quite what I'm looking for. I think I will actually use a slab instead. Give me the slabs. Probably oak slab. Oak slab. Da, 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 da. What is the most overlooked role gameplay and lore wise? Oh. Hmm. Oops. I I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I can't keep track of everything, I guess is the response there. Like I can't keep track of like what roles everyone is theorizing about all the time every day. So I don't know for sure like what role people are overlooking the most as far as like lore goes specifically. As for like gameplay wise though, mm, uh prob probably like probably like the deities, like the minor deities just in general, because like they're the newest. They're the newest, so like people have speculated about them the least relatively. And people also don't know the game mode that they come with. So like there's less to speculate about their gameplay wise, I guess. Do you have music playing in the background because I feel like I'm hallucinating it and going insane? Um, it's probably Minecraft. It's probably Minecraft music, not gonna lie. I don't control the Minecraft music. It just plays very faintly in the background because I have it turned down quite a bit. Um Now we need item frames. I can just grab item frames from this other room. How sneaky of me. Uh no, that's a book. What? There we go. And this is a glow item frame, but I don't care because it's already bright in here for sure. Oops. Oops. Get out of there. Let's grab some decoration for this. I need item paper. Paper, come here. Thank you. Dink, doop, doop. Oh yeah. Paper's on the table. It's still really funny that there's a roll that lets you die on the spot. Yeah, the frail is one of the funniest roles in the game. Absolutely. It doesn't get much more comedic than just realizing, oh, well, like people think it's me, but it's not me, and I only have one way to prove it. Here we go. And like that's what happens. It's pretty silly, pretty silly. We do a little bit of this. We do a little bit of do a little bit of that. I may not talk. I may not lore talk much, but I am thinking about why 3/5 of the sword deities don't know about the loop every day of my life. Feel free to continue thinking about it. What roles in universe are dangerously underestimated by others? Dangerously underestimated? Hmm. That's a dangerously underestimated. Man, the urge to like just look through the roles because I have all of the roles right in front of me. Like the urge to just like look through them. I'm doing it right now. I'm looking through the roles. Oh, ventriloquist. Ventriloquist is one of them that's like, oh, just a goofy person with a puppet. You know, like what's gonna happen there? Butler. Oh, that's another good one. Butler really does like get underestimated for sure. Those are two good answers for you, I would say. And now I need to put the cards back in the box. The downside, the only downside of having a big game is that there's a lot of cards in the box. Does Massacards? I'm assuming, yeah, does Massacre live in that huge mansion alone? No. Nope. Nuh-uh. No, he does not. Can you describe the magic system in Massacards a little? Can anyone get powers? Does the mansion grant people powers? Does the magic of one role have different rules than another? Root quartz, like, you're gonna, like, I don't know, you're gonna have to, like, get rewarded in some way or something because these are, like, some of the best questions ever. Some of the best questions for real. Um, all right, let's talk about the magic system a little bit. So, the way that the magic system works is similar. I'm pretty sure there are other forms of media that have like similar ways of giving people magic, and this is just one of those ways. But oh, where do I put this? The way that most magic works um, is through skill. Uh, and this is a pretty big lore thing. I'm being real. This is a pretty big lore thing right now. Um, skill is the thing that can grant you magic over time. Um, a lot of the a lot of the general public in the Massacres universe does not know that if you were to just get good at something to such an extreme degree that like you're almost inhumanly good at it, that you would actually develop these magical abilities that give you an inhuman ability to do said thing. um like so for example, I think probably the best example is the chef, right? uh so like the chef, they're so good at cooking, right? They're absolutely the like so good at cooking that they can cure hungry people of their hungriness. And like it not just people who are hungry in a normal way, but also people who like have something else going on, you know, like shapeshifter and beast and like cannibal. It like changes cannibal's entire worldview essentially. in lore, which is kind of wild. The chef is just Tonio from JoJo. Yeah, kinda. But like instead of healing people of like physical injuries and other random stuff, it's just specifically hunger related conditions. Pearl Jam, Pearl Jam. Oh yeah, no, that is actually a good connection because in JoJo, yeah, because Tonio got his skill from I got his stand from being such a good chef. That is what happened, right? Like I'm pretty sure that's real. And it's a similar thing with Massacards where yeah, if you get good enough at something, you'll develop a magical ability. However, it does not appear right away. It starts off very slow. Like you might not even notice that you have it after you've gained it for quite a long time. Um, because like the effects of it are just really weak, or they don't show up in an expected way. Uh, like yeah, that's a jukebox, all right. um, so like for example, like we're sticking with the chef example, right? Like, sure their food like might make hungry people not hungry, but then like maybe it's like, oh man, chef, that food is like really filling. Like I've been full for the last day. Like I haven't needed another meal in another day. It's like, wow, really? That's kind of weird. Like it's something like that where it's like it might not be directly noticeable at first, and then slowly it emerges and becomes more powerful, especially if you keep training it. Like if you keep using that skill and keep getting better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pearl Jam, Cinderella, Downtown Manhattan. Yeah, it's a similar situation. Does the chef use human meat in his cooking? Depends. I'm not gonna say what it depends on, but it depends. But yeah, so that's how most of the magic system works. And so, logically speaking, the more powerful someone's magical ability is in the Massacards universe, the more that they've trained it. The more that they've spent like a good chunk of their life, um, training that specific skill to do that specific thing. Spiral of the Stars, thank you for the €2. Who up massacring they mansions? Me. Absolutely, it's me. Um, okay, we have this, and now I kind of want to. We need other sitting. We need more sitting areas. Sitting and discussing things areas. Chat, tell him to check off-topic art. All right, zombie. All right, zombie. I'll check off-topic art, but it better be worth it. That's all I'm saying. uh... oh no. That's incredible, zombie. To be clear, um it's not real. Not canon. A frosted fire. Thank you for the $1. I appreciate that very much. All right, we have been talking about lore for a bit here, and I do sort of want to get to like the quote unquote main topic of the stream, right? Um, and because this is something that I've wanted to talk about for like a very long time, like capital L long time. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Um yeah, so I do want to get into the main topic of the video though. I mean the video, the stream, which is uh the idea of like where the story is going and sort of like the story of Massacards is going and how you all are going to be able to experience it because like right now as it stands um y'all don't have any way to experience the story of Massacards. And even if the story of Massacards doesn't I mean and even if like Massacards the card game, like the game gets made, right? You still won't have like any means of experiencing the full story. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's that's pretty good. I like that. I kind of like that though. Hold on. Oh, oh, I see. Dang. Is there no? Oh, I think I kind of want skeleton painting. Give me skeleton painting back. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, back on topic here. um, but yeah, even if the card game comes out, you guys won't really be able to experience the story in any way, and that's a problem to me. This is a problem because I want you all to be able to experience the story. Like the story of Massacards is one that I want to tell, and currently there really isn't a way for you all to hear the story. Um uh and that's just because like the format doesn't work. It doesn't like cooperate with itself, I guess. Um like yeah, if I gave you a card game, you'd be able to play the card game, but that won't tell you the story. And I don't really have a way of I don't really have a way of like expanding on the story through like a YouTube format, not in like the way that I'd want to anyway. um and like so I've been doing a lot of thinking about how I want to tell the Massacard story because like whenever I talk about Massacards, it's like, oh, I can't say that because spoilers. It's like spoilers for what? I bet some of you were thinking spoilers for what? It's just spoilers for the story in general, and I want to find like a format to tell it in, you know. And I don't know when I'll be able to do this, but I do want to do this thing. I do want to do this thing that I'm about to tell you. Um, at some point, probably post Chemicards would be my guess. Like once Chemicards is finished, this is something that I might jump into a bit. Um, and that would be a Massacards visual novel. If you don't know what a visual novel is, it's a video game that is a book. You read it, but there's also visuals and stuff. So yeah, that's something that I want to do at some point. I want to make a Massacards visual novel to sort of like to tell the story of Massacards because I think that would be the best format to do it in. The broad strokes of the story are very interesting. Yeah, Jacob. Jacob knows the broad strokes of the story. Yeah, and like, let me be clear: the Massacards visual novel would absolutely tell you everything that you would want to know. Like all of the major story points, like every major mystery that you all have been theorizing about, like it would most certainly be present in the visual novel. Frosted Fire, thank you for the $2. Is there any inspiration for Massacards? Um, I suppose, I mean, just everything. Like everything that I've experienced is as like a person, I guess. Every game that I've ever played ever that has a story has influenced my writing, and thus the um it would influence the Massacard's visual novel. If you want like something direct though, I would say that probably closest comparisons that you would get, like some sort of unholy combination of Monster Prom, Slay the Princess, and Doki Doki Literature Club. Something like that. Visual novels, my beloved. Oh yeah, I love Slay the Princess. Slay the Princess is like my favorite game of last year for sure. I love Slay the Princess. Five Nights at Freddy's is not a part of it, I promise you. The thing I'm currently drawing is kind of inspired by the portraits of Uminiko. Oh, it's a visual novel. Oh, cool. Only got to this only got to the stream this late. I cry. Lil Pud, you just missed the big announcement. I do kind of want to make a Massacards visual novel to tell the story of Massacards. Doki Doki Literature Club is an inspiration. More so of like a gameplay inspiration as far as Doki Doki goes. Like, the way I imagine it is like there'd be a lot of opportunities for one-on-one time with characters, right? And like so similar to Doki Doki, you might like go off to a place to do a thing with a character and like sort of have that format. Um like that's like sort of part of the format, I guess. I'm only saying Doki Doki Literature Club. Also, there's a lot of like creepy elements in Doki Doki Literature Club that I feel like would transfer. Monica is the fate bringer confirmed. How many endings would it have or branching paths? The way I have it laid out in my head, like hundreds. I would say two major endings though. If it's DDLC inspired, will there be anything hidden in the game files? No, I'm not that. No, I don't want to lock any content behind game file shenanigans because not everyone has access to that sort of thing. I mean, like people would have access to it, but not everyone would know how to do it. So I don't want to like lock any content behind that sort of thing. I know it's cool and like everyone's doing it, but like it's just not how I'd want to do that. Romancing the characters isn't the point to my understanding, but that's based on conjecture from the bits Luke and I have discussed. Yeah, for sure. Romancing the characters is not the point of the game. Is absolutely not the point of the game to romance the characters. Um, in fact, romance is going to be very limited. Not going to lie. An RPG Maker horror game? I have no experience with RPG Maker, so I don't know how long that would take. Would you really be able to do 200 characters in a single visual novel? That sounds insane. Romancing 200 of them. Okay, so I'm not going to like spoil the format of the game or anything like that, but the thing that I have planned, I would realistically be able to do 200 characters, assuming like, like if I can make a game that big, which I want to say that I can, because most of it will just be writing. um I think I could make 200 characters work. But it's not in the way you expect. I should say that. Would the Frail's death be significant? Everyone's death would be significant. If anyone dies, it is significant. Oh, RPG Maker Ace is free right now? Oh, I didn't know that. You didn't say romance won't be there. No, I don't want to like hype you guys up for like romance in this game, but like there definitely will be some, but like it's not the main focus of the game. Like how how like in Undertale you can date Papyrus and date Undyne. Like those are both like really small parts of the game. It would be like that in Massacards, and it might not even have a romantic context, but it could still be considered a date out of context. Um, but there'd be even less so in Massacards because there's 200 characters, and you will only be able to maybe romance like three of them. Realistically, I don't know. Harem mentality, y'all. Are you a maximalist person? When it comes to making games, yes. I made a hidden role game with 200 playable characters. And I am combining all the Uno versions into one card game. And there's over like 900 of those. And if I make a video game, it's gonna be massive. Or like at least very time consuming to play through. uh so if there will be limited romance, then what about other relationships like rivalry, friendship, hatred? Oh yeah, all of that. There's going to be 200 characters and they're going to have pretty like diverse dynamics with each other. So if you think like there isn't going to be a character dynamic in this game, then yeah, there probably will be. um would it be in your signature art style? Yeah, I do want it to. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's something really exciting about this chat. If I were to make the game, right? For one, it would all be in pixel art because I want to make it in pixel art. And there's two reasons for that. For one, it's my style. It's the one that I'm best at, and I think it'd be really fun to have characters in that style. I don't know, like there isn't a. I just think it'd be really fun. And for two, the music. Every like imagine this, every character would get their own theme. Every character gets their own theme, and I would have to make those themes. And if I were to make those themes, I'd make them in Beatbox, which is a chiptune program. So it just makes sense. You give the killer the look. can can you become a matchmaker and ship them? I can't stop you from shipping my characters, but I don't know if you'll be able to physically become the matchmaker. um I haven't played Scarlet Hollow, but I do plan to. Don't spoil that for me. Um what role do you play as in the visual novel? Good question, experiment number 3. um you do not play as any role that you all have heard of yet. And that would be like one of the first things revealed if the game were to occur, right? Um, it would be revealed pretty early, like the character, quote unquote, that you'd be playing as. Um, hmm. I want to put more stuff on the walls here. I just don't know what exactly. I could do more item frame stuff, actually. I could do more item frame stuff. Dang it. Paper. I need to go grab empty item frame. um, Banker theme. Yeah, I mean, Banker would get it. Everyone would get a theme. Every character would get a theme. Oops. Even like the characters that like are relatively mundane. um like they would get a theme, like for sure, for sure. Also 22. Yeah, 22 would be in the game. And at 22 would make an appearance for real. Oh, hello skeleton. Ooh. Oh, I forgot it. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the new paintings existing. Very cool. But yeah, 22 would be real, and would get their own theme. Absolutely. Yeah, those are the two paintings I wanted. Oh my god. So we play as 22. Got it. You can choose to roll with that. I did not say that. And like it's probably not true. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I want that one. Yeah, that's pretty good. So how many bystanders are going to be in the game? Hmm. One. One bystander in the game. Do you play as Mr. Massacre's ghost? No. Think of it this way, chat. If there's already a role that exists of them, you don't play as them because I haven't revealed this character at all yet. You will not be able to guess this character because I have told you nothing about the character. So there's no point in speculating. You could speculate about like who they are as like a person, but like actually you can't even do that. You don't even know the premise of the game, and I'm probably not going to tell you because that might spoil who the character is. Actually, it wouldn't spoil who the character is, but I don't know. Bystander has no music. Um, a Massacards book series sounds way too fitting. Well, that's the thing. I would format it like a book because I would format the visual novel like a book because it's a visual novel for one. Like it effectively is a book. Oh, that's a fun one. Oh, that's a fun one. I like that. Like it effectively is a book that you have to read. Um but like but like oh, oh, that's so cool. There is a 2x4. What the heck? Oh my gosh, I want that. I want that 2x4. Hold on. I want that right here. Give me that 2x4. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh. Incredible. I love the new paintings. Quentin, thank you for the $2. Is the day September 22nd important and why? Yeah, it is. But I'm not going to tell you why. I need to scroll up and chat a little bit. Can we get any info on what the role we play as will be about? On what the role we play as will be about, you reckon? Uh, Let me think about that. Let me think about what information I could give you about the character you play as. What can I tell you? I can tell you that that she, the character you play as, is a she. I feel like that's a good one. Is the visual novel on the timeline before, after, or during the game? It's the story of the game. Um, it's the story of the game. So like universally, it represents the past, present, and future of the game. Um, is the MC a self insert? No, because I'm not a girl. Do they have a distinct personality? Kind of. I'd give it a kind of, because the thing is, you're going to be choosing a lot of what she says and does because you're playing as her. So to say that she has a distinct personality is true because it's your personality. I'm not doing any like Undertale, Toby Fox, like narrator nonsense where it's like, oh, the player and the character that the player plays as are two separate entities and they do all this stuff. Like, I love it. Keep doing what you're doing, Toby Fox, but I'm not doing that in my game. In my game, you are playing as a character, and no matter what choices you make, that is the decisions that the character makes, and therefore, yeah. How much murder mystery will there be in the visual novel? A decent amount. Uh, are you sure you're what? Are you sure you're not egg in denial? Can you make a "that's what she said" joke with her? I mean, she's not the only female character, y'all. You can make "that's what she said" jokes about any of the female characters in mind. Self insert in the sense that you insert yourself when you play as opposed to your character saying things independent of your choices. Yes, Lil Pud. Okay, yeah. So that, like, you are the one making the choices, and there will be like choices that you make that will change the outcome of the game. It's a visual novel game, you have to make choices. Right? So because you are the one making the choices, like, you are inserting your own self, yes, into the game in that way. But that being said, just because you're the one ultimately making the call doesn't mean that the main character that you play as wouldn't do that thing. You know what I mean? It's very simple. It's a very simple concept of like an infinite amount of stories that are to choose your own adventure. Do it. You play as a character, but the character, like, the choices you make are the character's choices. Did the main character major in close-up magic? No. No. Will all 200 characters be given equal screen time? Seems pretty tough to create 200 characters and having them all be equal and unique. The characters will definitely all be unique. You do not have to worry about that one. The characters will all be unique, but they will not be getting equal screen time. And that is by choice. There are some characters that just have way more going on than other characters. And that's not to like disrespect specific characters or like whatever, but it's just a fact of how the story is laid out that um some characters will get way more screen time than others. But that being said, I still do want to give characters like I still want to give all 200 characters a decent chunk of screen time. I want them all still to be maybe not as fleshed out as others, but fleshed out in a sense like this is a unique character. Silent protag confirmed, basically. I guess it depends on how you think of a silent protagonist. like okay, so think about like Link from Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Like you can do quests and stuff, and like you can say different things, but ultimately the same thing happens every time. Like ultimately the same thing happens where it's like if you complete a quest, you complete a quest regardless of how rude you were to the person who gave you the quest. You know what I mean? Whereas the things that you say in this game will have direct consequences. Consequences. How goes the crafting? It goes good. What engine are you using? That's a good question. So the only visual novel engine that I have experience with, and just to like preface this, I do not have any other experience with like coding or anything like that in general. I don't have any experience with coding and stuff like that. But I do have some experience with Tyranno Builder, and that's like a Steam application almost essentially. But it's made for building visual novels, and there's no code involved necessarily. There's like very minimal code involved, I guess I should say. It's very basic, it's very easy to use, and I like that because I cannot learn a coding language to save my life. So that's gonna be the one that I'll probably end up using for it. And despite its simplicity, a lot of its shortcomings can be made up for by in-game assets, and it'll do what I need it to do, like for sure. Shout out to the OG murder cast. Yeah. What platforms did the game come out on? Steam. Probably just Steam. I know there might be ways to transfer it to like Xbox and things like that, but I don't know anything about that really, so I'd have to look into that once the game actually got closer to like releasing. But probably just Steam, since Tyranno Builder is directly connected to Steam, so I could just upload it essentially as soon as it was done, which is pretty cool. Are you going to add funny achievements? Yeah, absolutely. I want to add a lot of achievements to the game, similar to how like Slay the Princess has like 1.5 million achievements on Steam. What materials and substances, if any, are magically potent in Massacards? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, you use Renpi or Renpi? And I just look at the documentation like every line I type. See, that's the thing. I don't want to code. Coding, if I had to learn any sort of coding language to make this game, it would never come out, I promise you. Like I coding is something that I hate doing in all honesty. And there's the whole argument of like, oh, you could pay someone. Oh, you could pay someone to make the game for you. And it's like, I don't want to pay someone. I don't have money, and I don't like I want to say that I made the game and not just someone else made the game. Pi like Python, Ren Pi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need to actually watch some of the Massacards vids. I found you from the Monopoly vid, which I'm sure you're not surprised by. Yeah, that is my best performing video of all time. This is about my other my baby, my game called Massacards. It's a hit and roll game. It has a lot of lore, so that's what we're talking about. And I'm talking about turning the story into a visual novel game. What's stopping the innocent characters from defending themselves with the swords on the walls? Maybe I'll explain that at some point. What exactly makes the Private Eye so special? Couldn't anyone willing to seek justice for the death of Massacre just take the Private Eye's place instead of needing to be a guy with a gun? Well, I've talked about guns in the Massacards universe in the past, but I'll do it one more time because why not? Guns are incredibly rare in the Massacards universe, and they are incredibly powerful contextually. So, like, the fact that anyone in the mansion has a gun, let alone, like, 3 or 4 people, is kind of absurd within the context. Um, oh, oh, that didn't quite work. But yeah, like guns are incredibly rare and incredibly powerful. So like, and like, there's obviously a lot of story things that make the private eye unique as well. Um, but that's something that I won't talk about in depth. But the gun, physically, that's the main thing. He has a gun. That's why. Yeah, exactly, Jacob. Renpai is the original DDLC and Slay the Princess. Oh, so that's what it is. I see. I knew that. I just couldn't remember the name of it. I knew that DDLC and Slay the Princess both used that same engine. I just couldn't remember the name of it. Whoops. Would the visual novel be free or paid? It's fine either way. I'm just curious. I do like I would be spending a lot of time on this, so I would have it be paid. Um, but it would not be very expensive. It would be really cheap, probably. Just because, I'm kind of liking how this room is looking right now. It's looking pretty aight. I might leave it here, honestly. Like this is pretty good. I like how this is looking. Got enough lanterns and stuff. We got the big sitting area here. We got this. Yeah, I like this. I think I'm gonna move on to the library now. Uh, but yeah, uh, but yeah, I think I would have to make it paid, but I would make it like cheap. I would make it cheap because for one, I want the game to be available to more people. I want people to be able to afford it. But also like I know that like unless it somehow got crazy popular like DDLC or Slay the Princess or something like that, like I know not a lot of people would be like playing it. So like I don't want to like overcharge 20 people when I can like, whatever. Literally all I needed to hear was I'm working on a game and I was in. I'm not working on it yet. I mean like I've written a lot of lore that I could transfer, that I could transfer into the game, but I haven't actually started working on the game yet. I do already have like Tyranno Builder installed on my PC and things like that. Like I could start at any time. But like I said earlier, it's probably going to be a post Chemicards thing for the most part because Chemicards is like at the front of my brain right now and it is eating up a lot of my time and a lot of my willpower. Oh, hello sheep. Hello there. um I don't want to make it too long here. Maybe just here like this. But yeah, Chemicards is taking up a lot of my brain power right now, so I do want to sort of get that made, however long that takes, and then maybe start working on the Massacards visual novel after that. So I'm sorry to like sort of announce this and then like say, oh, it's gonna be like forever before I even start developing it, but it's just something that I've had on my brain a lot and I've been wanting to talk about it and like the main reason why this stream even exists. So like if you didn't want to hear it, why are you here? Massacre may kill people, but he hosts good parties, probably. Probably. Does the fool and the suspicious have any relation with each other in terms of their character? Oh, that's going to be a really fun... Okay, sorry. I'm actually not going to answer that at all, because that's going to be a really fun, like, story thing, and you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean in, like, 2 or 3 years when I get to that point. Spoilers! Spoilers, chat! Oh, wait, spoilers! I'm glad you're interested in Massacard's terminal. Welcome to the hive mind. But yeah, that's like the big announcement that I really wanted to make. I need to take a sip of Gatorade. Oh my god. For those of you wondering, I'm drinking a cool blue Gatorade today. Here's some Gatorade ASMR. Yeah, there we go. Ah. Gatorade, that's what's up. Woo! More of a world building question here, but do things like domesticated livestock or horses exist in the Massacards universe? Mostly because, like, why wasn't Harvester able to find out plants give less power? Yeah, there are domesticated livestock. There is domesticated livestock. As for why the Harvester found out information in the way that they did, that'll have to be a thing that will take place in the visual novel. Um, but yeah, to answer the main question there, yeah, there is livestock. In fact, animals in general. There are just animals. There are animals in the Massacres universe for sure. Um, but yeah, it's still Earth. Like regardless of like how human history has played out, the Massacards universe is still Earth. Like it still takes place on Earth, so you can expect trees and animals and you know regular physics and things like that. Like the main differences are human history, um, the evolution of technology, and magic and other mythical things existing. Not to mention, deities, deities and whatnot that exist sort of outside of it all. Bye, Orange. Good to see you. Any notable religious roles? Not particularly. Religion does not play a massive part in the story, like, at all. Relatively speaking, like, there just isn't much religion going on in the story. Um, there aren't many religions that even canonically exist. Like, there are no real world religions in Massacres. I think I've talked about this before, but there are no real world religions or politics in Massacards, because I don't want that there. I don't know. Like I don't want to bring that stuff into the story when it's like completely unnecessary for the most part. Um, but yeah. But there could be some in-universe religions that pop up at some point. Uh, just don't know exactly how that'll go. Um, we do a little bit of this. Starting a new room, starting the library, very fun. Zombie, thank you for the $5. You drink Gatorade, I eat cabbage. We are not the same. What do you mean? Can you use substances to gain magic instead of practicing a skill? Didn't answer that. Oh, that's a good question. Um, I'm gonna say probably, although it would probably be temporary. Probably temporary. Like if you have a skill-based one, then like you just get that. You gain that and it's a part of you. If you were to use chemicals or substances, it would probably be temporary. Hopefully that answers your question. I'm excited either way. It's just like with Dingo Doodles and her game. It's taking a while, but she and her team are also working on a lot of other stuff. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about who that is or what's going on there, but that's awesome. I wish them luck. Lore question. Important. The best? Yes. Oh, wait. Oh, there's the question. Is Massacard's ride called the Massacre? Taking a sip of my Gatorade. Okay, so first of all, cars barely exist in the Massacards universe. And that's because like they just got invented recently, right? What a question. The Massacre. Oh, that'd be insanely funny. I don't realistically know, I don't think so, but as a meme, absolutely. Oh, they're making a series about D&D. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I wish Dingo Doodles luck. No, you can't join the world yet. I'm sorry. Same energy as Thanos copter. So true, Jacob. So true. I want this room to be larger. I'm trying. I need to pick a color for the room. A nice color terracotta. Hmm. What do the concretes look like? Oh, they're more vibrant. I don't want more vibrant. What's this one? Hmm. I'm kind of thinking gray terracotta for the library. Would the temporary magic be a stronger ripoff since you don't have to spend months or years practicing it? Well, okay, so yeah, going back to like the magic system, like not a lot of people know that magic even exists. Like the general population of the world does not know that magic or like mythical things exist at all, right? So like I don't know if people would call it a ripoff. Like there a very at the there at the very least are not very many people that would call it a ripoff should they encounter someone who uses a chemical to get magic temporarily. I don't think like it could be strong. It just depends on what it is, I guess. And I think like uh yeah, it could be strong. It would most likely be stronger than someone who like just gained their ability, if that makes sense, because they haven't had any time for their ability to mature or anything like that. Like, because the idea of using the chemical would be to just get the effects that you want right away. So assuming it's just assuming that you know about it, like you know how to use it right away. There are no hiccups with using it, things like that. So you'd probably be able to use it just fine, but it probably wouldn't be very strong when compared to someone who has mastered that same skill. Like they've worked their whole life mastering that skill. Yeah, I'm making the library really tall, by the way, for those wondering. Is D&D something you've ever played or are interested? Yeah. I've played D&D quite a bit in my time. A lot of homebrew stuff mostly. Jacob knows all about that. Um Man, it's definitely something I'm interested in. But I'm not really into the regular 5e stuff or like anything that like Hasbro has made. Hasbro, Wizards of the Coast or whatever. I'm not interested in anything that they're doing. I'm interested in the homebrew stuff or themed stuff. and that's usually what I play when I do play. Oh, off rip. It would work immediately, yeah. That answers your question. uh Oh, we have a Chemicards question. The random Chemicards question in the Massacards stream. Hey, what's up, IVV? My one question is, do you think Chemicards could be used as a custom Uno thing? Like, I only want to play this certain kind of Uno today. No, not really. Unfortunately, you're gonna get everything sort of bundled and mushed together, and because of that, like, you won't really be able to customize like what specific mechanics are in there, probably to the degree that you're looking for, because a lot of cards are gonna have multiple mechanics from different Uno versions, and a lot of cards are gonna have, flex sides, and every card is gonna have a flip side no matter what, so you can't get rid of that, things like that. So probably not as customizable as you'd like it to be, but you could still just take out cards that you don't want to use if that's what you want to do. Um, but even if you were to just use like the base Uno cards, quote unquote, you'd probably still be getting a lot more abilities than you're bargaining for if you're just trying to play like base Uno with one extra mechanic. Hope that answers your question. Would you write a Massacards themed D&D campaign? Maybe if I had Jacob's help. Um, Jacob is like Jacob is way better at writing D&D scenarios and stuff like that than I am, and I think that with our powers combined, we'd be able to do something pretty cool there. But that's not really something on my like really high priority list, especially before the visual novel happens, because like I feel like the campaign would probably spoil something. You know what I mean? But yeah. Do books contain magical skills in Massacards? Can they give instructions on, per se, certain uses or ways to use magical abilities? Uh, yes, in a way. Like, a book can have a spell in it, and it can tell you how to cast it, but if you have not practiced enough, you won't be able to cast it at all, because it's a skill that you have to learn. Um, like, yeah, you're not going to be able to. Yeah, this will be a 2-story tall, a 2-floor tall room. Um, but yeah, like you have to learn the skill. So like even if you picked up a book and you read it and you know everything that the book says about a specific spell and you try to cast it, you won't be able to cast it, at least not right away, because you need to practice. Do you ever go on board/card game subreddits? No, I don't really use Reddit. Just generally. Is the Massacard's Raven? Is Massacre's Raven gonna be in the visual novel? Yeah, probably. Not like as a character or anything, but just as a Raven in the background or something. I don't know how many Chemicards episodes there will be left. I don't know. I have no way of knowing. However many are left, I'll answer that question in the future when I'm done. Oh, this is spruce, right? Yeah, this is spruce. This is spruce. I'm gonna put the roof on it right now. This is gonna take a minute. Oh boy, it's raining. That'll hurt the bitrate a little bit. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, Jacob has like his whole own system for like the different campaigns that we've played in before, like the multiverse campaign, which is where like Dr. Disaster and a few other characters are from. Like that had its whole entire different system there. Like nothing like 5e or like whatever the modern D&D is. I don't keep track of that sort of thing. Sorry for the self promo, dude. You are my friend. You are allowed to self promo yourself here. Uh, weather clear. I am playing on the Switch, zombie. I can't just type stuff in super easily, unfortunately. I had to like use my controller to navigate my everything. Also, the stream didn't crash. Just noticed that. Yippee! That means I fixed it. That's so cool that the stream hasn't crashed yet. It's okay. As soon as I seal off this roof, I'll be able to go inside and then never look outside ever again, ever. um, will Massacards be compatible with my toaster? No, unless your toaster can run Steam for some reason. Probably won't be compatible with the Samsung smart fridge. Sorry. Alright, let's get some light in here just so I can see. Just so I can do a little seeing. If you are able to make another Amalgam in the future, which board game would you pick? Probably Monopoly or chess. One of those two. I've talked about doing both, and I think both could be very fun. I think people would probably want to see the Monopoly Amalgam the most, but I don't know for sure, I guess. Yeah. Hello there. Hello there. All right, library. This is a very odd room. A very odd room for sure. I need to think about how I'm going to do this. Probably like 3 wide, and then here like this, and then from the opposite wall 3 wide. Here like this. I put it on the wrong block. Oh my god. And then have the 2 block gap in between. Yeah, that works. That's good. Oh, yeah, you can put the USB. Yeah. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm just choosing not to do that. One thing about Minecraft is like I never really got into the command side of things. I haven't really like I don't know commands by heart like a lot of you do. I remember the old commands, the how commands used to work back in the day. I remember give username 4664. That's how you gave yourself a stack of TNT back in the day. But I don't remember. I don't know any of the modern command block type stuff because I don't really need it. I'm such a builder, and I know that like builders can use command blocks to great effect, but I just don't wanna. I just don't wanna do that. I just want to build it like a builder. I mean, yeah, obviously, like a chess amalgam, like if I were to treat it exactly like the Uno amalgam, would never be done. It would never be finished, right? But I would probably just have different rules I'd set for myself for a chess amalgam. Or I'd probably just combine the ones that I want to combine instead of like going out of my way to seek out every chess variant that's ever been made. Um, and I think I've talked about this before, but if I were to do a Monopoly amalgam, I wouldn't combine all 6,000 Monopoly versions. I would probably just combine the ones that um, the ones that are direct spin-offs of Monopoly. Unfortunately, Monopoly Cheaters Edition does fall into that list, but it would be things like that, like Monopoly City, Monopoly Electronic Banking, things like that. I wouldn't do all the branded ones like the Monopoly Big Bang Theory and Monopoly Game of Thrones. Like, who cares? I mean, some of them are bad, but like they can just get a video made about them. I don't want to put them in the game. Unrelated, but why did you choose to combine every Uno game? Because I wanted to, and I thought it would be fun. And it turns out a lot of people are interested in the idea, so that worked out. I just thought it would be fun. I'm a silly guy that does silly things with games that he likes. Could you add resin to the mansion? Maybe somewhere where it fits. I don't know where it would fit, but I could probably put resin somewhere. I do like the new blocks. Yeah. I was supposed to make new designs, but I ended up finishing my old lurker. Oh, yo, Gallium. Yeah, if you put that in the Discord, I'll look at it. I always like when you draw the Massacards characters. Such a nice little art style you got. I love the disciple drawing. That's just disciple with a bazooka. Very, very cool. It's almost like you mess with games. So true, little Pud. So true. I do be messing with the games, though. uh... Oh, it's up in the Discord? Oh, I gotta look at it now. I'm gonna take just a breather to look at this real quick. What do we got? Oh! Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so fun. I like how the mouth does that. Very cool. That's such a cool design. An eye for character design you have, Gallium. I'll probably pin that after the stream is done. I look at Discord every stream, Lil Put. It happens every time. Like I can't avoid it. I can't not look at it, okay? Alright, let's get the bookcases out here. Some generic old school bookshelves. That's right. Old school bookshelves. Okay. So I want it to be like, yeah, I think 3 blocks tall is good, and then I'll do something else later that y'all will see. Which role exudes most Funky Kong energy? That's not a question I can answer. Not for like lore reasons, just I like literally have no idea. I don't think any role encapsulates the aura that Funky Kong has, so I'm afraid that it's just gonna have to go unanswered, that one. Bye, Combi. See you later. But yeah, but I don't know. I don't know which Massacard's role has the most Funky Kong energy. But yeah, like going back to the Massacard's visual novel though, like back on Massacard's related things. Um, like one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most is like the music. Cause like y'all know I like making music for my games and stuff. And if I were to make a video game, like it would actually like be in the video game. Like it would actually be a real video game soundtrack instead of just a soundtrack for a physical card game. You know what I mean? Like it would be really fun to sort of, you know, give all of the characters like a unique theme to them. Like I've already imagined some of them in my head, but I haven't like made any of them or anything like that. But I can imagine them. Your music's very cool. Thank you very much, Skyroll. Yeah. And oh boy, the leitmotifs. Oh, the leitmotifs would go so crazy. That is one thing that I'd want to do similar to Toby Fox, is just have an absurd amount of leitmotifs that go crazy. Are you telling me that Massacre just shoves bookshelves behind other bookshelves? Absolutely. In the first Amalgam vid, you had a one-off joke about getting a gamer girlfriend. How far are you with that goal? Who needs a gamer girlfriend when they have Massacards? Sad to say, but no gamer girlfriend yet. No gamer girlfriend yet, chat. That's one of the goals that has not progressed at all since the first Uno Amalgam vid. Okay, so now I need to yeah, I need a layer of this on here like this. Are there things gonna be hidden in the bookshelves? I don't know. Maybe later. I do want to sort of like go through the entire mansion and add secrets at some point. Maybe once I make the world download, then I add secrets to it. Is the survivor from the Texas equivalent? No, no, they're not. I don't think so anyway. Not from the Texas equivalent, whatever that is in the Massacards universe. I don't think they are. I don't know what the equivalent they would be at from. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure. Not Texas though. I don't think it's Texas. I don't know if that one needs to get added to the trivia page. Oh my god, I just noticed that you started this over a year ago. Oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say that. Has it actually been over a year? That's insane. Time flies when you're making Uno Amalgam videos, I guess. Time flies. Oh boy, that does not work. Why are you not using a couple chiseled bookshelves? Because the chiseled bookshelves just they don't look as full. They look like they have less going on. I want it to look like Massacre has like a million books for real, for real. Even if it is just the same repeating texture over and over. Like, I don't care. Like, I want it to make it look like he has a million books. With these types of bookshelves, the OG bookshelves, it's like more book per bookshelf, if that makes sense. How high is Massacre's physical strength? Relatively high. I don't know how to rank it, though. I don't know what to compare it to, so relatively high. Is Massacre wealthy and powerful enough to buy or control a country? No. Has Massacre read every book in this library? Absolutely. Yes. For sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Okay. So now that we're here, now it is time for iron bars. Where are those iron bars? Hello, found you. Iron bars. I'm gonna make a spiral staircase in the corner. Gonna be very, very. I don't know what the I don't know what the decade is. Saxton Hale level, higher or lower? Lower than Saxton Hale physically. I mean, Saxton Hale is incredibly OP, isn't he? Like, isn't he actually like insanely overpowered? I could be wrong, I guess, but I'm pretty sure Saxton Hale could like punch the sun if he wanted to. I don't know. Oh, I might have to use stairs for this actually. I'm gonna have to use stairs for this. The slabs are not going to work. We could use these things. These things here. Polished. Polished andesite, and then I can get the polished andesite slab out of the slab emporium here. I'm just talking right now. How old is Massacre? On the older side. Where does he get the time? I thought this guy spent his time killing people. I mean, who's to say, for one, how long any of the books are? For two, how long, like, how good of a reader Massacre is, right? Like, seriously. Like, Massacre could just be, like, an incredibly good reader, for all you know. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Spiral staircase. This is working. And now I need a different wood type for this. Because this is where that's going to happen. Can you not? You can't walk through that, so it does need to be slightly higher. Or yeah, we still have space. We still have space. Sorry, I'm playing Minecraft. I'm gonna look at chat in 1 second. I'm playing Minecraft right now. Yeah. Okay. 1 block higher. That's fine. That's totally fine. Let's add another layer to this then. In the meantime here. Okay, looking at chat. Massacre just has billions of copies of the same books. Yeah, definitely. Is anyone a gamer in the universe? I mean, there's definitely like card gamers and like maybe board gamers in the Massacards universe, but there are no video gamers because video games have not been invented yet. The TV hasn't been invented yet. So there is no TV. He is magically skilled at reading. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, that's funny actually. Okay, I need a new type of block. Actually, we can do this first. I'm gonna put this wood trim around here. Does Massacre have any sort of ability that would be aided from killing important people, like intelligence stealing or ability stealing? Maybe something like the Harvester's power or Thief's power. That's an interesting question. Um, no, no, he doesn't particularly have anything like that. Like the characters in the visual novel, they're going to be representative of how they are in game, like ability wise. Like if they have an ability in the game, then they have an ability, that same ability in the visual novel, essentially. Like I want the abilities to be incorporated into the plot, sort of. Oops. But like I don't think Massacre has anything like what you're thinking, where it's like, oh, like Massacre has like the magical ability of stealing abilities. Like, no, I don't think that's a thing. Is Massacre the type of person who likes long walks on the beach? No. Yeah, we really have reached the is Massacre this part of the stream. You're so right about that. Do you have any role mechanics that didn't make it into the game? Can you give a few examples? I can actually. That is something I can do. I can give examples. I'll probably pull up a different document for that though. But I do wanna do some do a little bit of Minecrafting here. So I here's the thing. So I even after I finished Massacards, like the Grandest Party Edition, and it has over it has 200 characters in it. You know, like I never stopped making rolls after that point. I like making rolls, and some of them are, some of them like are very similar to ones that y'all have created in the Discord as well, which means like, great minds think alike sort of thing. But like I do have like a list of roles or like a list of abilities where it's like, if there were an expansion of Massacards, I would want to put them in the game. I'm gonna pull up the doc. I'll pull up the doc. I'll give you an example because you asked so nicely. Um, the doc. Yeah, so usually how it starts, like how I make rolls is I like modern rolls anyway. Like back in the day, it wasn't always like this back in the murder era. But nowadays, when I make new rolls, I usually come up with the ability first. Like the ability first, and then, or just like the general idea of how the gameplay will go first. And then I add the role character on top of it, sort of. Um, so, but like, so an example of this. So I have an ability here. So it's like, it's an innocent it's an innocent character, and then if they die, they come back to life as part of the nun alignment, and they gain a new objective, which is to kill the person that killed them, and then you get a kill ability as well when you come back to life. uh so something like that, like that's an ability that's an ability that I came up with, or like a system, like a role idea that I came up with. So that's one. What's another one? What's another one that I have in here? Ah, yeah. So I had an idea for another character that's similar to the Fool. Not character, but like a role mechanic that's similar to the Fool. So it's like the Fool, but uh, it's for players who are on an investigation team together. So like if someone on the investigation team is killed, then you die instead and you win. So you want someone who's on the investigation team with you to be killed so that you die and win, like the fool does, sort of thing. Um, let's see, what else do I have here? What else do I got? Oh yeah, I have some I have some like characters that mess with the lights out phase a little bit, where it's like I have a character idea where like their whole deal is they can open their eyes during the murderous and none portions of the lights out phase, but they're part of the none alignment, and they have the conquer enemies objective, something like that. Obviously, these rules are not finalized or anything like that because I haven't made them into characters or anything, but these are just general ideas that I've written down. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah. So I came up with this like idea, and this would be weird to implement into the visual novel, I guess. But like the idea is that like two characters are siblings or something like that, or like they're related or they already know each other or something like that. Um, and the idea is uh so there's like a light ability, and that it can be used by the recipient of this card. So you give the card to someone, and then they can use the light ability, and it's a kill ability for two players. And the player you give the card to becomes linked to you. Um, and then if you're given this card, you can use the ability. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you have the kill, which is giving the card, and you are immune. So yeah, it just like links two players, and it gives another kill ability in the game. That one's a complicated one. I don't know why I'm trying to explain that on stream without visuals, but oh yeah, I had like a couple ideas for new undead roles because I know people really want undead roles. Uh, like undead and hungry are like the two like less appreciated alignments according to the community. So I did come up with a couple more undead and hungry roles. I'll tell you about the undead ones because I have a couple of them right in front of me here. There's one where it's a person that starts off innocent, but once 3 rounds in the game have passed, you change to undead. It's just like a passive thing where it's like, oh, you're still alive. Boom, you're actually undead now. Things like that, and that's something that like if you're an innocent, you can warn people about it, because you start off as innocent. Yeah. And then I also have like a plague doctor style character. Um, so you can infect someone. You have to give the card to someone to infect them, right? And if you use the ability, you die at the start of the next round. And if you are given the card, you can use the ability again. So it's like a chain effect of like, oh well, now you're infected and you need to pass it, and then once you pass it, you die, and like that's how the infection sort of spreads. It's like a different way of going about it. That's the tough part about making hungry and undead characters, is that they are different. Like they have to be different in some way. If they're not different, uh I don't know, it makes them a lot less special, I guess, in the gameplay. Okay, so we got the staircase. in here, and I do kind of want to add some support to the staircase because it kind of looks a little funky right now. Does that work? Kinda. But yeah, there you go. There's some like extra little role ideas that may or may not make it into an expansion someday. That's highly just if it happens, it happens. Like if Massacards ever gets a physical release and all that. No, that doesn't work. Kind of thinking of just replacing this block with something here. Anchoring it to the wall like this. That's pretty fun. Anchoring. That kind of looks weird. It kind of looks weird. Ah. I don't know how I'm feeling about that. I mean, it is fine as is. I don't know. Are the letters Massacre gives through magic or fate forcing people to join the party at the mansion? Are you asking if the letters are magic? The letters are not magic. That's for sure. The letters are not magic themselves. Now I want to make a silly maze. I want to make a maze in Minecraft right now. Yeah, the letters aren't magic. But like there is a reason. There is a reason that like everyone who is invited goes to the mansion, and there's a reason why everyone who wasn't even invited is at the mansion. But that's a pretty lengthy one. That's a pretty lengthy explanation. I might not tell all of that. I might save that. Save that one for later. And later as I mean like the visual novel. Okay. This is going okay. I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna have to have this here. Come on. There we go. But yeah, this has been a pretty big day for Massacards lore, that's for sure. There's gonna be a lot to discuss in the Discord server, no doubt. But yeah, I really do want to make this visual novel. And that's something where like if I were to start making art for the game or something like that, I'd probably share that on the Discord. So like if you aren't already on the Discord, that's another reason to join, because I'd be sharing that artwork just so people would be able to see it a little early. You know, because I want to give an opportunity for people to like draw and write things with official character designs, even if the game isn't quite released yet, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's not going to work there. Just realized that when the visual novel comes out, we'll need a spoiler channel, and I'll need to hurry through the game so I can talk about it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Especially since, like, I do think there's gonna be, like, a lot of, like, mysteries and mystery solving in the game. Just because that's what, like, the game Massacards is all about. But, yeah. I'm definitely gonna need a spoiler channel or something along those lines. Because Yeah, I don't want people getting spoiled. I don't want people getting spoiled about the game. Yeah, so I did that over there. So now I can do this over here. Oh, right. It's the archway. I need to do the archway, which is... It's just that. It's just this thing going on right here. Um, but yeah. Hopefully, actually, I think I'll just do that. Hopefully y'all are fine with waiting, I guess, because it is going to be a bit. Definitely going to be rewatching the VOD because this is a lot. Yeah, it is. I mean, I knew it would be. Would the visual novel release regardless of if Chemicard's Massacards gets released? Probably, yeah, because that's something that I could just release. I don't have to worry about manufacturing or anything like that because it's a digital product that you could just download at any time off of Steam specifically. So, like, yeah, I think so. And let's say, for example, that Massacards or Chemicards doesn't initially succeed in like Kickstarter, then that would be a pretty darn good way to promote the Kickstarter as an entire video game. An entire video game dedicated to the idea of it. Like that'd be something. Like, oh, you like this video game? Well, here's here's an entire card game made by the same guy based around it. Like that is very very possible, yeah. Very possible. And yeah, I would almost definitely just release it anyway. And like, why not? I worked on it for so long. I'm gonna keep going. I rules. Thank you for the $2. We've waited this long so far. True. True, yeah. All the Massacres fans really been getting like drip fed content for quite a while, honestly, which is a shame because, I love Massacres and I want to do more with it, but sometimes you just have to like you have to work on we have to work on chemicals. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. It's like how a bunch of video games get board games and card games, except in reverse. So true, yeah. Uh, Shout out to the Jetpack Joyride board game. That thing is awesome. It would be cool if there was a room that's infested by skulk or resin and it would be off limits. Oh, that'd be pretty fun. Yeah, there might be a room that can have something like that. I would just need to think about it for a second. I'd have to go through the rooms again to figure out which one that would be, but I feel like there is a room that's infested with something. Maybe one of the cellars or something. Perhaps one of the cellars or something. Okay, so we got this here, 2 block wide thing there. So therefore, here and here, like that. Yeah, it could be the Decade's prison. Oh yeah, the Decade. See, that character has received like a reasonable amount of lore speculation, which is good. Like that's one character that I know has a decent chunk of lore speculation about it. Like that. Silverfish would be fun to see as an infestation. Yeah, like it would be like the substitute for like bugs. because, well, like, if fireflies are like not the most evil looking bug, you know, that's kind of unfortunate. I know I said that this would be like a maze, but I do think that like the linear path straight through it kind of makes sense. I kind of like, yeah, having it just like broke up into chunks like that is actually pretty satisfying. Like, like this, and then like this, and then have a bigger room in here. That seems fun. That seems fun. Zombie, thanks for the $2. My browser has crashed twice this stream. I'm so sorry. That sounds like a browser problem. A problem that I cannot solve as much as I would like to. All right, more bookshelves. We stack bookshelves on the bookshelves. Yo, Massacre, I heard you like bookshelves, so we put bookshelves on your bookshelves. Oh yeah, endermites too. If Wither is the raven, then random bugs could represented by random bugs should be represented by ender dragons. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I love the very concept of instantly destroying everything I've built with an ender dragon. Gotta turn mob griefing off before I do that, I think. Have a good night, Gallium. Uh, yeah. Before I like sort of settled on the idea of a visual novel, I thought a lot about like how else Massacards could be adapted into a video game of some variety. And like I feel like if it were to be made into any other genre of game, I feel like the best genre of game that it could be made into was something similar to Gary's Mod Murder or Among Us or something, you know, like an actual hidden role game that's you walk around type thing, because that's what it was originally based on, is murder, Gary's Mod Murder. So like I feel like that would just be one of the best formats to do that in. Although again, that version of the game would not be able to really convey the story very well. So it's like it doesn't make sense for me when I want to tell the story. It wouldn't make sense for me to learn how to program just to make a game like that, and then it still wouldn't tell the story the way that I want to tell it. And I do think that like Massacres could work as like a fighting game as well in some variety. Like I don't know, like probably not a platform fighter, but like a 1v1 fighting game. I feel like you could make something there, but even then it's like, yeah, I don't like what happens in the story. Nothing. Because it's just a fighting game. I don't know. It'd have to be a pretty high budget game. Random question. Which Massacard's role would like Balatro the most? And what would be their favorite boss blind? I don't know anything about Balatro or Balatro or however you pronounce it. I don't know who would like it the most, and I don't know what their favorite boss blind would be. Sorry to disappoint. Is the visual novel going to progress through a specific number of lights out phases? Yes. That's a pretty easy question. The answer is yes. What's that number? I don't know. Have a good night, Griffo. See you later. If you haven't noticed, the very last part of my comment, endermites aren't feasible, or at least hard to deal with, because they have a very short life. Yeah, but you could name tag them and they won't die ever, surely. See you later, eye rules. I didn't think that this library was looking like a milk carton. You got some strange milk cartons, eye rules. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So if with the lights out phases in the game, yeah, they're gonna be there, but there's not gonna be like a banner of text across the screen that's like the lights out phase begins now. Like that's not gonna be a thing that happens. Like the lights will simply go out. That is all. Or, something else will happen that mimics that same effect. It's not gonna be like, yeah, it's not gonna be like One Night Ultimate Werewolf where the narrator is like, everyone close your eyes. One Night Ultimate Werewolf is pretty fun though. Yeah, I mean it does have its flaws, but I think it's a silly funny game, and I like it. So I do kind of want the library to be actually, yeah. So I want the library to be dark on the ceiling. So like it'll be dark like this on the ceiling. So like the higher you look up, the darker it gets. Make the Mattel amalgam? No. No, 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 no. That is a never-ending task. I don't want to do that. That sounds crazy. Sounds absolutely nuts. I do not have the time or the patience to do such a thing. I have a lot of patience, but I cannot do that. I can't. The problem with wanting a dark ceiling is I can't see what's going on, and then I place the block, and then it's like, erg, 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 erg. You know? Okay. Alright. This is looking okay right now. I kind of want to put this log all the way across as well. Grrr. Grrr. Dude. There we go. Make the Mario amalgam? I can't program. I can't program. I swear I can't program. I can't. Also, like, Nintendo would be so mad at me. They'd be like, no, stop it now. Okay. So, from down here, right? Yeah. I like how yeah, it's darker. It's darker up by this ceiling. Like, I like that lighting scheme. And we can throw the other, like, the actual lanterns of the room somewhere around as well. I think I'll put some random logs to hang them from. That sounds kind of fun. Make the Massacards amalgam. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, let me just do that real quick. Oh, it's done. It's called Massacards. How often do people call lights out phases nights? Because a lot of, yeah. Um uh in my group of friends, like not many of them call it uh call them nights just because not a lot of them have as much experience with like the full genre. I know that Anna sometimes calls them nights and AJ sometimes calls them nights. But like I don't care. It doesn't actually matter. It doesn't really matter. Like obviously it's a trope. It's a reoccurring trope of the genre to have like a phase that's like that, or a part of the game that does that. So like I don't care if people mistakenly call it nights, but it does happen sometimes. It does happen. And it's not a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. You go here. You go here. You go here. Do any of your friends help with your games, or are they more of test subjects? I think test subjects is the best way to describe what they do most of the time. I mean, they were test subjects for like the original like prototype super mega beta Chemicards from years and years ago. They were the guinea pigs for that. They were the guinea pigs for Massacards. They were the guinea pigs for other things, which I will probably make videos on in the future, so I won't go into too much detail there, but they're more so guinea pigs. When it comes to Massacard specifically, a lot of my friends, I think all of my friends actually, have had their hand in um, coming up with the idea for a role or how a role was originally portrayed in the version that it debuted in. Um, but ever since like the final ish or like the current version of Massacres has come out, like I've sort of taken over completely when it comes to how the mechanics work and the gameplay and the lore and the characters, like everything about it, the artwork, blibbity blah. But like my friends have come up with a lot of good ideas um for roles and characters and traits and abilities and things like that. Um but just not incredibly recently. That hasn't happened. And as far as Chemicards goes, it's basically just been me the entire time because it's Mattel that's feeding me the ideas. I just need to, you know, rebrand them or whatever. If Massacre's Mansion resides on Otherworld Britain, does royalty stem from the same area or are they from another kingdom? They're from a neighboring kingdom, very close neighboring kingdom. The place where Massacre, like the fictional country that the mansion is in, does not have royalty or a royal family, but the country that the royalty is from does, obviously, because they're part of it. Yeah, I want to keep the interior of the maze relatively dark, so I'm just gonna do that. But I will throw some comfy chairs in there. I'm just gonna snatch a chair from the other room, and then I do want to add windows to this room too, so that'll be something I do. Oh wait, I have comfy chairs in this room. Hello. This is fun. I like just building and talking to y'all because it's fun. Are there any gay characters in any of your games that you made or are making? Yes. Yes, absolutely there are. Um Shapeshifter's canonically gay. I'll just throw that out there. Shapeshifter is canonically gay. Um Witness is canonically bisexual. Um yeah. There's a couple of those for you. A couple little character things, character traits. That's the word I'm looking for. And let's get a pressure plate here. Where are the pressure plates located? Am I silly? Oh, they're gonna be down here. Yeah, 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 yeah. The pressure plates. Yes, the pressure plates. We've all seen them. Red nether brick is my favorite block type. Well, good for you. They're the comfiest chair makers. Is there any possibility that more Massacre streams will occur in the future? These are really fun. These are really fun, you see. Yes, absolutely. I do want to do more of these, and I want to do more streams in general. I'm trying to like make time in my life for just more streams, and that being the case, Massacard streams will just be one of those types of streams that I do. Um, because I still want to do like this is kind of a Massa chat in a way. I put it in the Massa chat like playlist on YouTube because this basically qualifies as one. But I'll definitely be doing more formal Massa chats with other people at some point as well. It's just a matter of when, and those probably won't be like multi-hour episodes or anything like that, but they'll be fun. They'll be fun little Massacards dives and stuff. And like if um well, now that I have my camera as well, um once I figure out fully how to use it and make sure it all works the way that I want it to work, I do want to do a Massacards gameplay video and like a trailer style video. I just have to finish the videos I'm currently working on before I can start doing all that. Have you ever seen the old Netherrack texture? Yeah, I do. I like it. I miss it, but I do think that the new one is better. I second that. I love the streams. Thanks, Jacob. Glad you think so because I want to like do an entire Massa Chat episode with just you talking about the characters that you helped come up with. For example, Interrogator. So yeah, is Massacre gay? Massacre is asexual and aromantic. So no. I like Chemic streams, but Massacre streams are calmer and less hectic. Yeah, there is more of a chill vibe about the Massacre streams, and I enjoy that too. I enjoy like having the longer conversations like this and not changing topics like so frequently. Um, yeah, and I like I said, I do want to do more stuff like this. It's just yeah, I'm trying to carve time into my schedule to make that happen. So yeah, hopefully hopefully near future I'll be able to do another one. do another like Massa chat, do the Massacards videos, like the trailer video and the cinematic video. I want to do more Massacard stuff because I don't know if you guys know this, but I kind of like Massacards. It's kind of a fun game. kind of a kind of a fun game that I made. I don't know. How did I do Windows over here? Oh, I did it like yeah. That makes sense. So it's like out there is different than out here. He does it for the love of the game. Is the suspicious single asking for a friend? No, the suspicious is taken. I hate to break it to you. I'm so sorry. Suspicious is taken. What kind of question is that? Uh Okay, we need more dark oak. We need more dark oak in this place. Is the wrecker British coded? What do you mean by that? Oh, whoops, actually. I don't think the wrecker is British coded. I don't know exactly what that means, but I don't think that's the case. Why do I keep bringing that menu up? That's not what I mean to do. But I keep doing it anyway. No, I don't think wrecker is British coded. In fact, accents and like everything in general are going to be something that's relatively nebulous in the Massacards universe, just because a lot of those a lot of those countries don't exist. What do you think of the AU? I think it's cool. I love to see the fan projects like that. I think it's really fun. Have you ever considered time travel related characters or events? No, not really. Do the more bestial hungry rolls still have human minds, or are they only smart enough to pass as human? Depends on which one you're talking about. Um, it's a different case for all of them. I would say that shapeshifter is definitely has a human level intellect and is able to like has a human mind. That's just the way to say it. Like shapeshifter does have a human mind for sure, for sure. Um, but as for the others, I'll leave that ambiguous for now. Did I put the window on the outside block? Yes. Okay. So I need the outside block, and the outside block is what did I use over here? Oh, well, no. I'll just use the outside block, which is the brown bricks. Yay. And then the window will go on here. See, I don't like that these like bricks are called mud bricks because it makes them feel like they're just going to disintegrate when it rains, and they sound squishy when you place them. But like they look so good. They look like such a good brown brick texture. Like it's really nice. I just wish there was like actual like brown masonry bricks like there were. And then I need the stained glass. And I used gray. Ah, so melting pot society. Interesting. I mean, that's a way to put it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's not our Earth, you know. It's you just have to always think of it as not our Earth. It's completely different. Things have happened differently there. And like that has an effect on like like every character basically. But like it's just it's a fantasy world, so it can be whatever. Man, it is kind of crazy that like if it actually has been over a year, or like over a year since like I first started this build. Like that's kind of crazy. I might have to do like a million more of these videos to finish the mansion, because if I'm doing it 2 rooms at a time and there's like 100 or so rooms, yikes. Not really close yet. Uh and then one more block out like this. We got to build that shadow box. The shadow box so that you can't see out the window. No, yeah, like I'll give more updates on like visual novel type stuff once Chemicards is done, because right now Chemicards is the priority for sure. I mean, I know like there's like so many people that want to see it completed. Um, like Cam Sandwich has left comments on my videos saying, "Hey, I can't wait. Like I can't wait to see it. That's gonna be fun." And I had someone from like Vale Fisk's crew there, like they left a comment and they're like, oh, we'll be watching, we'll be waiting, sort of thing. So like people have told him about it and they're both interested, so I honestly that's the sort of thing that like really motivates me. We'll finish the mansion by the time Luke retires. Yeah. It's okay. Minecraft will have received like 300 updates by that time, and I'll like have so many new blocks to work with. I'll have to go back and like, restart, redo everything. Look at all these new blocks. uh, this isn't something that needs to be completed in my eyes. This is just something that I'm doing like completely for fun, and like if people enjoy watching it and like chatting about related topics, then like yeah, that's great. But this isn't something that like I'll weep if it never gets finished, sort of deal. Because I'd rather make a visual novel game than make this world in Minecraft, if that makes sense. I'd rather finish Chemicards than finish this. Like it doesn't matter to me as much. I can help you build. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna let you into this world. Sorry. Let's add some. Let's add some of these in here. Some nice window shapes. Yeah, no, I want to put that back. Put that back. What's the time? 6 o'clock. Man, I didn't think I'd get this much done. I really didn't think that I'd be able to get 2 rooms done. But, like, I think we're gonna get 2 rooms done, like, for sure. And, like, one of them is the library, and the library is a big room. The library is massive. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. Nice windows. And now we need giant curtains. Add fake Pepino to Massacards, I dare you. Is Pepino the guy from Pizza Tower? Is that is that what that is? I've never played Pizza Tower. Um it might I don't know if it's any good. I mean, it's certainly memeable because the memes are all over the place. But I don't know if it's actually good. All right, big curtain. Big curtain goes, and it is just really absurdly long. It does not need to be this long, but it's gonna go that far. Yes, Pizza Tower. and, and fake Pepino is a doppelganger of him. I knowing nothing about the Pizza Tower lore, that sounds great. I'm really really happy that there's that concept in the game. Fake Pepino. Jeez. Here's something, a question for you all. If let's say, oops, let's say some point in the future I start like working on the art for the visual novel, right? Like let's say I start working on the artwork for the visual novel. Would you want me to stream something like that? Keep in mind that if I were to stream something like that, it would probably be like full of spoilers because like the artwork itself would be getting displayed. Like 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 say a character dies and like they would have to die on screen, you know, like I'd have to draw that. Like if I was streaming that, that would be a spoiler. I suppose I could put spoilers like in the YouTube thumbnail or in the title of the thing or whatever. But, like, what do you guys think about that? What do y'all think about like streaming that sort of thing? Oh, how is this going to work? Are the end rods gonna play nice, or are they gonna be like way too bright for this? Ah, that's pretty bright. It's too bright. That is way too bright. Let's try something else. Let's try something else. Man, I don't know what to do here. Oh, you know what? Fence gate. Fence gate's probably the way. That seems alright. Probably nothing spoilerish, but you could do like generic drawings of characters. Yeah, true. Maybe I could like just yeah, maybe I could have like just drawing the basic drawings of the characters on stream and then like when it comes to drawing like spoiler frames of the characters, just yeah, just having it so oops, I broke the lantern. Having it so like I don't draw those ones on stream. Yeah, maybe the really spoilery sections can be made off stream. Yeah. Put up a censor bar and it's just a picture of the fool. Yeah, that's a good one, Jacob. I like that. Just like a really big, obnoxious censor bar that covers like most of the screen. The goofy sections made live, yeah, maybe. Non-spoiler drawings as stream drawings, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's pretty that makes sense. Just to like have generic drawings of the characters like where they aren't doing or looking a specific way that would spoil something about them be off stream, but have like the main or generic drawings of them be on stream. That'd be kind of fun. And because then, yeah, that would be a good way to like reveal characters as well, because you know they'd be appearing for the first time on stream. Like people would just be able to see that. People would just be able to look at that. There we go. That looks nice. Like that, and then this is going to be a doorway to another room right here. Right here. Like that. And we can put some fences here. Like that. All right. So I like the windows on this side. I want to leave them on this side. I don't want to add more windows on the other parts. That's for sure. Unless oh, there could be windows on this side. Also, yeah, this is where all the animals spawn, by the way, in the in the courtyard here. I could have windows kinda no, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. I mean, there is this block gap here, but it doesn't need it. So the visual novel is all pixelized now and not a more traditional art design. Yeah, I'm thinking so, Jacob. I haven't been keeping up with those updates. Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking like probably like I've been trying to like trying to like nail down like a style or something off camera. I've just been like doing little doodles in like a sketchbook or something. But like I want to try translating that to pixel art just to see how it looks. I think it like makes sense. It could definitely work with a traditional art style. Um but like given the context of like Massacards and how it looks, I think having it be as a pixel art style would also work very well like if that's what's going to happen. So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably going to be the way. Glad you like the Amalgam vids, Frosted Fire. Which character in the novel will have the handsome Squidward face? Absolutely none of them. None of them are gonna have that face. Not Massacre, especially. Massacre is too important of a character to have a like a joke of a face, basically. Yeah. All right. So now I think the question is what to do with the rest of these walls, if anything. They might not even need any. They might not even need any more like detail like this. Because the focus is supposed to be on the books, and it's supposed to be like a dark looming. Oh, I kind of like it. Maybe like a couple more things. Actually, no. Nope. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it like this, I think. I think this might be the second room done. Second room of the day. Oh, I need to work on the lights. I need to work on the lights because the lights are. Do I have any more lights on the ground? I do like having that sort of. Yeah, dark area there. Dark area there for sure. No, that's good. This is good. Oh, it's all coming together. It's it's all coming together. We got two more rooms done. That's awesome. Which Massacard's characters would survive that many 9-volt batteries firing all its electricity at them at once? Most deities, probably. I don't know what other ones. That's a really specific question. Yeah, we got the lounge, the room for lounge, and we got some nice couches here. Looking at the nice artwork, we got some statues, and we got the table with the papers on it, a nice sitting table where you do the papers. But yeah, and then we have the Great Hall from last episode, the hallway which leads into the library. Oh yeah. Very nice. Oh. It's not the safest spiral staircase, but if I add fences, it'll look weird, so I'm not going to do that. It'll just look out of place with all of those extra things in here. And now you can get lost in Massacre's little silly book maze. Most deities wouldn't survive that. Most deities would survive that even. Which ones wouldn't? Oh, why would I tell you? Why would I tell you? I kind of want to look at the mansion from the outside because it probably just looks super goofy right now. Yeah. We got this straight line. Maybe next stream I'll have to like go further this way, further further in depth. Massacre Mansion is not OSHA compliant. Absolutely. OSHA might not even be real. OSHA might not even be real in the Massacards universe. Yeah. There's one thing about Massacre Mansion, it is asymmetrical as heck. That is for sure. Oh yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna stop building. I'm gonna stop building for now. Is there any last minute questions that people would care to ask before I end stream? Because I've done a lot today. It's pretty good. Done a lot of stuff. Feel pretty proud of what has been accomplished and all the all the lore that's been dropped. Workers' rights are cringe in the Massacards universe. No way. Will the weary on Twitch ever wake up? Gonna stream on Twitch? No, I'm probably not gonna stream on Twitch ever again. Probably. I mean, for one, they locked me out of that account. I'm sure I could get it back if I put like a lot of effort into it, but I don't want to, and I don't need to because I'm not a Twitch partner. So like, I don't know. It just makes more sense for me to stream on YouTube. Um, and like people can donate to me here, and like I get ad revenue off of this stuff. So overall, it just makes more sense for me to stick around here. Sorry if Twitch is your like preferred platform, but yeah, I don't know. They locked me out of my account, and I couldn't get back in. Do you have a Discord server? Yes, Frosted Fire. You can get the link to the Discord server in my YouTube channel description. So feel free to join. Why must the butler do what Massacre says after he has died in the story? Oh man, if only I could tell you. Unfortunately, that is a spoiler. That is a spoiler, I'm afraid. Rude Quartz. That is just a blatant spoiler, so I'm not going to say that one. I'm sorry. I cannot say. I cannot say. I do like the speculation about it though, like whether it's mind control or whether it's like just pure loyalty that keeps the butler around. No, yeah. I'm not gonna say that one. This is such a funny little build. Such a funny little thing. And no, that's another thing though. I do plan on getting the world download for this to be a thing eventually. Um I'm not gonna say like when I finish it I'll do it, but like maybe at some point, once there's a more substantial piece of it done, I'll get a world download for it, and then later, if it's actually finished, I'll make a download for it. But I have the means of making it downloadable now, which is actually pretty cool. Is his massacre gonna be hot? Well, unfortunately, Frosted Fire, everyone's definition of physical attraction or physically attractive is different. So while Massacre may not be attractive in my personal opinion, he may be attractive in yours. And I'll have no way of knowing whether Massacre is attractive to you until you see Massacre's design and make the decision for yourself. And at that point, you'll have the answer to your question. And same thing goes for all characters. Same thing goes for like literally all of them. Yeah. like I mentioned earlier, I am working on a few longer format videos. Also, he's dead. So true, Jacob. So true, Jacob. So true. That's what really matters. No, yeah, but I am working on a couple of longer format videos right now. I'm working on a video about Lucidity, which is a game uh, that I really like. I went over it on my last stream. Um, I'm working on another mystery video, which is going to be probably around a 3-hour video. It's going to be my longest video yet. Really crazy. So yeah, you can look forward to that coming up. And I should probably make another. I should probably make another Uno Amalgam video because I definitely have enough content to do that now. Um, it's just a matter of when. Does necromancy exist as a magic? Yeah, because Witch Doctor exists and they resurrect people. If Chemicards and Massacards ever collab, how would you see that working? If not, would there be at least cameos? I think it's more likely for Massacards to collaborate with Chemicards than it is for Chemicards to collaborate with Massacards, if that makes sense. I don't think Chemicards is gonna like invade the Massacards universe at all, really, because Massacards has a much more serious tone than Chemicards does, and I actually care about the lore of Massacards. There could be like Easter eggs and things like that both ways, I would say, but they're just that, Easter eggs. Like they're not meant to like, be important to the lore in correspondence with each other. Their stories are self-contained. But like if it was like for the game, if it was like for like the Chemicards game and the Massacards game, if I were to have Chemicards collaborate with Massacards, I'd probably just have like a Massacards themed Chemicards game, just like a full reskin or something like that, or a partial reskin of Chemicards to look like Massacards. And if it was the other way around, I'd probably just make a couple of roles based on Chemicards characters or cards or whatever it is, and add them to Massacards as like a non-official DLC sort of thing, kind of like how Blood on the Clock Tower has unofficial DLCs that aren't finalized or anything like that. Something like that. Are Chemicards and Massacards a connected universe? They're a connected multiverse. Like they're a connected multiverse where it's like, yeah, they exist, but like very, very far away from each other and in different time periods. Um, like canonically, nothing in Chemicards happens in Massacards, and the same thing goes the other way because they take place in different universes. Um, but like in the multiverse, like if a character had the ability to travel between universes within this multiverse, they could go from Massacards to Chemicards, if that makes sense. Are there any characters that are just randomly friends in universe? Like are the bioweapon and the match making pals have lunch together on Sundays? Okay, so yeah, there are definitely characters that have connections in the Massacard's universe, for sure, for sure. I think most prominently would be like the murderous alignment, just in general. Um, I know that like the ringmaster has lore about like being recruited by someone in a red suit. So it's like, oh well, how come the ringmaster is murderous, and how does that relate back to the killer and things like that? Um, but there are some other connections as well. Like for example, um, like Private Eye and Fool have something going on. Some undescribed thing going on. Not gonna say what, but it's something all right. Shout out to an acquaintance. They know everyone, absolutely. Will there be anything Oh, will there be anyone family related in Massacards? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. I'm not going to say who or anything like that, but yeah. There is definitely going to be at least a couple familial connections. Um whether that be through blood or adoption, I guess, or like in-law or whatever you want to like there is some sort of family connections in place at in the lore of the game for sure. Oh my gosh, Margie. Hi, Margie. You just joined in to like just as I'm wrapping up the stream with final questions. Margie, do you have any final questions about the Massacards lore that isn't ultra specific? No way. Jacob and Margie at the same time. Can't believe this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you joined late, but like I made the post. You had ample opportunity. You had ample opportunity to join the stream earlier. What happens if the necromancer and the elemental kiss? Uh, nothing. Nothing really. Like, oh, they kissed, they did it. They're not automatically in love, if that's what you're wondering. Who is the gayest role? I don't know. I don't know how to like rank someone's gayness, I guess. Asking for a friend. Which Massacard's character hates Mondays the most? Ugh. Probably like banker or one of the other hardworking people, like lawyer. No chemistry even? No, there's no chemistry even. What do you mean? Margie, you're just gonna like you're gonna fuel the shipping wars of the Mastercards lore. For the game, are you going to add joke endings? Maybe one. Maybe one joke ending as a treat. You should make a reference to how Monopoly Cheat Edition sucks without directly mentioning it. I can do that anytime I want at any point because I can just say, "Hey, check out this link. Check out this link to this video," and then like I'll link you to like my entire playlist, like the whole 2-hour playlist of why Monopoly Cheaters Edition is bad. um, how does the barterer rank among the other roles mechanically? Rank in what way? Like power level, or is this in lore or in gameplay? You got to clarify that. They just seem like a couple with a lot of romantic tension. uh all right. Well, I can't wait for the fan art. I can't wait. Can't wait for the fan art to just appear one day. So no Chemicards. Is Scholar single and gay asking for a friend? Scholar is taken and gay. What are we talking about? What are we even saying right now? Scholar is taken and gay. I feel like in your Monopoly Cheaters edition. Oh, I didn't get to read that. I almost saw it. Oh, how fun are barterers mechanics? Uh, let me remind myself. I'm gonna pull Butler the card. I mean, not Butler, barterer. I'm gonna like find the card in my in my personal copy of the Grandest Party edition of Massacards, just so I can like really think about it for like too long. You know what I mean? Let's see. Barterer. Found them. Uh-huh. I think barter is actually pretty up there. Barter is one of the fun ones. Like I would say like if I were to like tier list them, it would probably be like in for fun factor alone, just fun factor. I'm only talking about fun factor right now. It's probably like low A tier, high B tier, somewhere around there. Probably leaning towards A tier. That'd be my guess. JK, I forget what they do. Oh, sorry, Jacob. The Yeah, they're the barterer. They can bring someone back to life and then kill someone or themselves. Pretty interesting one. And then you have to change alignments after you use your ability. Pretty fun. Are you single? Asking for many friends. Yeah, I am single, but don't flirt with people randomly on the internet. Will you make a list of informing us which characters are single? I'm sure you'll just find out. I'm sure you'll just find out via context clues in the game if romance or relationships is even brought up by specific characters at any point. I don't know why, but I vibe with Barterer. Probably. Oh, you don't vibe with Barterer. Probably my least favorite role. Wow, really? Least favorite role? Like your least favorite, like you like them less than the roles that do nothing, like disciple and mannequin and balancer. Like you dislike the barterer more than them. That's kind of surprising. I don't know. I like my roles with abilities, I guess. I prefer doing fun things. And, the roles that do nothing are there for balance sake and stuff. But when I'm playing the game, I prefer to be able to do something wacky. No more single or gay questions, otherwise World War III will be about shipping. You don't even know the canonical genders of like almost all of the characters. You don't know what any of them look like. You don't know almost all of their preferences or like their sexualities. And like how could a shipping war break out? The real question is which characters are ready to mingle. The fool. The fool is ready to mingle. Uh, Jacob, I'm gonna have to talk to you and Margie about that. Remind me about that later. Which characters are shorter than 5 feet? What kind of question is that? I left for some time, came back to see someone asking if the scholar is single and gay. Why is there so many questions if characters are single or gay? People want to start a shipping war, Sai. People want to start a shipping war real bad, but they have no context to base it off of, so they're just grasping at anything I give them. All right. I think I'm gonna call the stream. I think I'm gonna call the stream here. But this was really fun, you all. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I got to do this, and I do want to do more of this. Like I said, I want to do more Massacre stuff just in general. So, yeah, but yeah, big announcement. The big announcement. Yeah, I want to make a visual novel. That's basically what you need to know. I want to make one. When I'll make it, probably post Chemicards, but I want to make it. I have the technology. I am capable of doing it. I can do it. But I want, yeah, thank you all for being here. Also, thanks, Jacob and Margie, for randomly showing up. Very cool. Appreciate that. but yeah, I think I'm gonna call the stream here. I have some food to eat. So thank you all. I'll see you either the next stream or the next video, whichever comes out next. Um, so yeah, see ya. Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye.